And I'll tell you what, if you follow these tips, you're going to be way ahead of the crowd, my friends. These tips are nothing special. They're not complex or anything. They're very, very simple. But believe me, a lot of guys do not do this. I did not do a lot of these things before. And the ones that I did do, I did, so, basically I did all of them before, but they were very infrequent. They weren't every day. Sometimes they weren't even every other day. And that was just the norm. That's just what I grew up with and what I perceived and thought was just normal and accepted. And really, it's not. Fellas, listen up. I can't take it anymore. I cannot stand it. If I see one more dude, one more 25, 35, 40-year-old guy walking around with a Green Bay Packers t-shirt on that he bought for $7 at Walmart, an unfitted pair of carpenter jeans that are the pale blue color, and a pair of sneakers, or the next time I see someone in a full dressed suit with a belt, a shirt, jacket, maybe even a vest underneath and a pair of slacks, and then you look down and they've got a white or gray pair of sneakers on with it, it pains me. It pains me, truly. I can't take it anymore. 6 months ago, I completely became aware of style and what that meant for a man. Before that, I was completely whacked. My style, I didn't really have a style. My early days in college, about 3 years ago, I did have somewhat of a style. I went to a store, a lady and a man, a husband and wife team helped me to pick out some outfits that matched. But aside from that, I really haven't had any personal style myself. I haven't had any principles or rules to go off of, nor did I even realize that there were any. I probably did way in the back of my mind, but I didn't have any time for it. But 6 months ago, I did. Before that, I cared about my appearance in a way, but I didn't really understand how to care for myself. So my appearance was completely messed up. And I think that there's a real need for men's style, men's grooming out there. Men's grooming and men's style, in my opinion, go hand in hand, because you need to groom yourself before you even care about the clothing. Before you even care about changing your shirt or your button up, you have to care about your body first. And I'm not saying, if you're a big guy, cool. If you don't have any intention on losing weight, cool. I'm actually a bit overweight myself right now. I'm about 230 pounds. And you know what? I'm fine with that, because I can chip away at that, and after a while, I can get down to a healthier weight. But I'm not going to let myself look like crap in the meantime. Just because you're overweight or underweight or anorexic doesn't mean that you have to dress like a slob because you feel bad about yourself because you might weigh too much or too little, or you might not be as muscular as you want, or whatever the case may be. You might be taller, you might be shorter, you might be conscious about conscientious of yourself because you're so short, or maybe it's actually because you're so tall. Maybe you're a dude that's 6'5" and you're always the tallest one in the room. You stick out like a sore thumb. You don't have to concentrate on those things. You can look past those things and say, okay, well, I'm the shortest guy in the room, and I can either look like crap, I can have a crappy shirt on and a baggy pair of jeans and an old pair of muddy sneakers on, or I can be the shortest guy in the room and look the best in the room. I can have a nice crisp shirt on, I can have a fitted pair of jeans, I can have a nice pair of leather shoes on, or whatever it may be. And that's the mentality that I want to help bring to people who need it. I know that I needed it 6 months ago, and I got it. I changed my mindset to, well, yeah, I'm overweight, that's true, and that sucks. But I'm also ashamed to go outside of my house because I don't want to wear sweatpants again for the 10th time, 100th time in a row. And I don't want to put on, my old cheap sneakers, and I don't just want to put on a t-shirt with, a sweatshirt that's too big for me or too small for me. And so I realized that you can look better instantly. You can feel more confident instantly with style and grooming. Yeah, nobody's gonna lose, 10 pounds overnight or even in a week. But with style, bam, you can change your life overnight. And let me tell you, so when people look at you, then they perceive something. And if you're dressed crappy and badly, most likely you're going to get treated crappy and badly. If you're dressed carelessly, you're most likely not going to be cared about by other people. Whether you're going to the bank to cash a check, or you're checking out at the check stand with your groceries, or you're trying to get a loan for a house or whatever, or you're looking for a girlfriend or a spouse. All of these situations are applicable with style and with the way that you're dressed. But if you are dressed with a purpose and you are dressed like you respect yourself, well, guess what? People are going to respect you. That's just how it works. It's like karma. It's like, the style that you put on goes around and it comes back to you. And I swear that is true. I know that everyone has experienced that to a degree. They might just not have realized that that's why they were treated that way. You can be the exact same person and walk in somewhere and look all, scruffy and homeless and like you don't care about yourself, be treated very badly. Take that same person, dress them up so that they look like they actually care about themselves. They actually, when you look at them, you think, whoa, it looks like they, took time to put that together or whatever. Looks like they got ready in the morning. Then they're going to be treated totally different. It's time to change. This channel is going to be for all men of all ages, but basically my focus is on this current generation. My hopes that we can bring some change, because it's falling apart right now. There used to be a time when a father would take his son out when he became of age to pick out a suit coat or to pick out a nice pair of shoes or trousers or shirts, and he would teach him about quality and what to look for and what to expect and how things should fit. I never had that, and I don't think 90% of people had that, but I want to remedy that. And there's a huge problem with kids mostly between the ages of about 13 to 25 to 30. So, men, 25, 30, getting up there. I'm 26 myself. And I know that there's a lot of older men who need help too. Not older, but 40, 50, 60. You guys are an inspiration to a lot of us. A lot of people from my age group. Who do the 26-year-olds look up to sometimes? Well, a lot of the times they look up to their grandfathers. They look up to their fathers. Those men are 40, 50, 60 years old. And a lot of these men I see, and they're not setting a good example in style. They're not setting a good example in grooming. It's okay to let your nose hairs, come out until they touch your mouth. It's okay to have your ear hairs so full that you can't hear someone speak from, a couple feet away. It's okay not to do your hair. It's okay, not to trim up your beard, things like that. Man, it's just crazy. It's crazy, man. This is 17, 18, 19, 16, 1500s. All these people dressed so much better than we do. And it shows a lot about your character. Of course, it is always about what is on the inside and what's written on your heart. And no one is going to know that except for the people that you let into that specific area of your life. And nobody else is going to know that. And so dressing and styling and grooming is an outward expression of your inward character. Yes, wolves in sheep's clothing. Yes, there are very bad people who dress very nice. And also there are very, very good and nice people who dress very, very badly. Most people dress how they feel, and most people look how they feel. Just because there's bad people who dress nicely or good people who, take absolutely no pride in appearance whatsoever, we should always try to dress our best. That is my personal belief, because you are constantly being appraised. You're constantly influencing people around you, whether it be in your own home with your wife, how attractive she feels towards you, how much she thinks that you take pride in the way you look, how much confidence you have in yourself because of the way you look. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Is all you see are the bad traits about yourself, or do you see the good traits that you've tried to implement? Your children, when they look at you as a father, I mean, what do they really see? Do they see a styled and well-groomed man, someone who cares about himself, or someone who's just trying to get by? Just, that's not on your to-do list. You don't care about that. And what about all the members of the community who look and see you? If there was a crisis, would they come to you to be a leader? I mean, being a leader, it doesn't matter who's the better leader. The guy who is dressed like a leader is going to get that leadership position. Style my ass is for men, and for men only. I really think that I can help people, and I will be putting out about 2 videos a week having to do with men's style, having to do with color coordinating clothing, how things should fit, all sorts of grooming, and how to take care of your body. And also, because I'm trying to drop some weight, there will be some fitness things too in there. And for those of you who have a desire to drop weight or become more muscular, then those will be great for you. So anyway, I'm really excited to take this ride. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting a huge amount of people to flock to my videos or anything like that, but I hope that a lot of people do watch the videos and at least watch some form of men's grooming and styling videos, because I think that we can make the world a better place and a more respected place as we learn to respect our bodies and also the way that we dress.